right, continuing where I left off, now I'm going to scale m with, again, the scale factor of 1/3. So m prime is going to be 3 times 1/3, which is 1, and 3 times 1/3, which is 1. And last but not least, k prime, which is going to be negative 3 times 1/3, which is negative 1, and positive 3 times 1/3, which is positive 1. So I'm going to put these coordinates in, negative 1, which is right here, n prime. M, which is 1, 1, right here, m prime. And k, which is negative 1, positive 1, which is right here, k prime. All right. So notice this shape has one of its sides through the origin, which means that when I dilate it, sometimes it's gonna, it's basically just a scaled version, and it sits inside the other one. So your scaled versions don't have to be separate from each other. Sometimes they'll sit inside each other. Again, it's really important that you pay attention to which one is the original and which one is the image. And you can do that by either reading the directions, and they'll tell you which one's the image, or by looking at the diagram and seeing which one has the primes listed on them. Okay, I'm going to start a new page. Okay, so yesterday we talked about how scale factor affects which of your image or pre-image is bigger. So we started with saying any number that's bigger than a whole number. So any number greater than 1. And this includes improper fractions. And this is going to become an enlargement, which means your new image is bigger. Okay. Any scale factor that's less than 1, or any percent that's less than 100, is going to be a reduction, which means that your image is smaller. Okay. And then we also talked about any times you use a scale factor of 1, then your dilation is neither an enlargement or a reduction. It's exactly the same. Okay, so today what I want to talk about is, what if I have a negative number? Okay, negative numbers are really mostly important when it comes to coordinate plane, although you can dilate by a negative number without the coordinate plane. When you dilate by a negative number, I want you to think about it for a minute. What do you think is going to happen when you dilate by a negative number? Okay, take a minute and think about it. And then we're going to do an example. Okay, I'm going to draw my example. Okay, so this time I've scaled my diagram so that it goes up to 4 on all sides. So I'm going to dilate with the center of dilation at the origin, so right here, and the scale factor of negative 1, negative 1/2. So this is a negative dilation. I'm going to use purple this time because I want to really emphasize the negative dilation. So again, I'm dilating by multiplying both the x coordinate and the y coordinate by negative 1/2. So negative 4 times negative 1/2 is positive 2. Negative 2 times negative 1/2 is positive 1. Okay, h prime. Negative 2 times negative 1/2 is 1. Negative 2 times negative 1/2 is 1. And then I prime. Negative 2 times negative 1/2 is 1. And 4 times negative 1/2 is negative 2. Okay, so then let's plot these. So f prime is going to be 2, 1. H prime is going to be 1, 1. And I prime is going to be 1, negative 2. So here is my new diagram. So what do you notice about these two drawings? About my image and my pre-image? You probably noticed that my image is flipped. So anytime you have a negative scale factor, you flip the image. Okay. These things all apply. You'll still have an enlargement if it's bigger than 1 and a reduction if it's less than 1, but your image will be flipped if you have a negative scale factor. And that's because basically what it's doing is this line that's created through the origin, you go to the opposite side of it. Okay. Do you remember how we were drawing lines yesterday when we did dilations? Okay, so that's it for negative dilations. Yay!